Grand rising, my people. Can you see? You thought the world was created equal. You thought everybody was going to treat you as you seen them with a good heart. But then you woke up. But the thing, you didn't continue or had the best start. You gave up. You gave into them and they ways. So you took and partake of they conforming. So the assimilation, it don't matter because you comfortable living in it. Because guess what, my friend? You are doing great. See, no worries, no more matters. See, it only matters when it happened to you. You became different. You became full of all this negative and content. Yeah, that's hate. See, it's taught you to be alone and by yourself and give up on people. Because in reality, you gave up on yourself. Oh, yes, you did. Just because you living in that big house and got that king, queen size bed, and you marry and you and your husband is unbothered and you have them good kids. But there's an outside world that you live in that you didn't really pay attention because you don't care to be around all of them. But them the same people you have to interact. Somehow we got this virus and we socialize, so we distance ourselves so far back. To be exact, what we did is divide and separate more and more. Look at your families. You don't talk to your cousins. Somebody don't even talk to their own kids. Whoa, that's what we came to. I thought protection was having a gun, and then the spirit showed me you are what you become. So whatever you reckon upon or whatever you think of, that's what you manifest. You call it prayer without service. There ain't no works. So there will never be a such thing as progress. We all got these tests and these trials, but we never know what tribe we come from. So we still trying to figure out who we are. So men and women today, if your heart is good, don't allow the media to lead you astray. Hold on. There's always a new day. I don't mean in some symbolic way. I'm not talking about the way you just hit all those cliches and them phrases and you sound good. And then you wondering why that person looking amazing because they putting their feet to the pavement, they moving around and doing things that you never seen, and you being so great, but you still feel empty inside. Why? You can't deny that just because you living good and you look clean and you eating good, them boys supposed to subside. Because one thing we always know, good heart is a cheer, and the better you go, the better the world will flow. So I'm coming to you on this great morning, Wednesday, June 2nd, 0600 hours, 40 minutes. And this is for Good Heart Media. Man, I've seen so much hate in the world. Forget we also online and YouTube and what we not or not doing. Man, look around you. How many of you know your neighbors? I don't care if you live in a big giant house on a big street. You know your neighbors? You been over their house? Nah. You don't know all your family. You don't even go to your family house. So you allow a media of people full of hate to separate you. Even in our religions, it separate us. You this, we believe in that. But we can't come together for fun times and not even good times. We can barely come together to have things so we can work together to have those things. And I don't know why that's hard. And what I had to do for myself, I had to stop listening to a lot of people because I learned a lot of people was full of hate. I'm not full of hate. I'm full of information that if I'm going information, I have the word inform. I want to inform you of things that we do that sometimes we might not pay attention to. Accidentally rhyming. And when we're not paying attention, guess what we do? We do nothing, or we only talk about and do the things that's only working for us, and we stop helping people. And another thing we do when you stop helping people, we stop helping ourselves. See, that sounds silly to a lot of people. When you stop helping people, you stop helping yourself. As in, my brothers and sisters, we got our house, we find someone to marry. That is a great, you want to know a miracle in 2021? People getting married. Yeah, that's not a miracle to you because that's supposed to be part of life. That's not part of life. That's an extra bonus. That's a bonus. You order food and you get an extra nugget, fry, or you make food and you made an extra plate and somehow somebody, the good part come in, you ain't seen in a while, you can invite over because you got a little extra food to share. Not saying you don't have food, but this time you made a little extra. That's an extra, that's a bonus. But actually people love, let me get that right. Let me say this right. People that get married, be in love, of love, that's a miracle in 2021 or in our era. Because we don't talk about it. We always talk about what somebody did. Look at our imagery on TV. We know the number one killer of us is black men shooting each other and our black women abortions. That's the number one killer of us. Heart disease is actually third now. Think about that. Heart disease is third for our race of killing each other. But even with that, how many of the people you know, now all people that talk about this stuff, how many you know talk about producing and directing and promoting, advocating? Because even I try to say, man, when is we gonna have good, positive, African descendant, quote unquote, Black American indigenous people imagery, movies, pictures, productions, directory? I don't know, think of one movie right now this year that you watched that showed African descendant man and the African descendant woman together in love, not fighting, killing, running from the cops, not the husband cheating, not the wife cheating. And the first thing you would say, that's not reality. What reality you live in then? I can find so many people I surround myself with. And there's people that I do surround myself with that don't have that does the opposite. But you can't find that around you. Because your first words is, I'm going to use our words, black people are greedy. We're lazy. I see that a lot. We're lazy. We're lazy. So you telling me the man or the woman that came from work, in this case, I'm going to try to stick more of them in and not really bring only when I like just certain situations. You telling me that man came home from work, working 8, 10, 12-hour days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. He lazy. Think about that. He's lazy. That man at work is lazy. What makes him lazy? But another man can do it based on who he is, and it works out. And, oh, he's great. I want to be inspired to be as him. I want to thrive to be as him. But that man that's working hard, I guarantee you he don't have less love in his heart. You know why? He have a wife and kid. He at work. He ain't out there, what you call that, moving and prancing around himself to be with those other women that's throwing themselves at him. But that man that supposedly work harder than him, that got all this money, he's cheating with a whole bunch of women. But we won't report that because he's another race. See, when it comes to our brothers, man, I was online the last week. I said, I'm gonna find something good. I'm gonna find something good. I'm gonna find something good. I love that the miracle to see celebrities stay married. Our example of celebrities being married, we have a good amount. We got Angela Bassett and her husband Lance. And that's beautiful. And they, for years and years, their children not in the media. But then we got the other, his wife going through all this stuff, and his son got to prove he hard. That's what we promote and advocate. And say he got to do what he got to do. Do he really? Or is he out of order and not being who he should be? And the things that we do and say, this cowboy attitude. So this is part one. We'll have a part two. You have a grand day. What I say unto one, I say unto all. It's your path, it's your journey, it's your choice. Choose wisely. I'd rather have a good heart and it be positive, to be too much of good, than always see bad and be bad and have no change in my heart and no change in me. I want to have media that you have another day, a purpose. I want to premiere my sister video and her song with her friend that she grew up with or she's been around. So everybody be great within you. Let's start bringing back love and goodness so our children can see it. I don't think the next generation gonna have love and goodness by magic. So have a great day. You be great. Love you, my brothers and sisters. Shalom.